Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and we're going to be playing some 10NL Snap on Fast Forward in just a moment. This is not my regular game, I just fancied making a video, and Speed Poker is by far the easiest format to make videos in. Let me just make you all aware, I think these games are utterly dreadful. They are incredibly nitty. People don't bluff anywhere near correct frequencies. They basically just stink in a nitty way, like I do. Um, so I'm not. This is not a recommendation that you should play these games. It is very much just me wanting to do something, and this being the most convenient format in which to do it. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. Oh yeah, hit like and comment and do all that stuff if you don't mind. If you can't be asked, good for you. I don't blame you. Pretty familiar with this player. They're definitely very much a wannabe in terms of look at me, I'm a fucking hero. And they do fold. Three bet the ace king here versus a blue tag, which is my tag for Whopper. And they've called. We've hit 7-7-10. We're not going to try and bluff this player. We are going to start trying to bluff the Jack 10 on the top right table now, given we've seen two checks. And we do hit a pair on the river, which is quite nice. And we are going to value bet. Just checking down the ace king. Not particularly confident that we're going to win. Do we want to call this river bet? Probably not, but I'm going to, just because we're getting a reasonable price. And we do beat every bluff going. Probably not beat any value whatsoever. And we won the pot. Hello, Kings. Soft rug. Never seen this play before, but I just have the impression that they're a regular based on almost nothing. Going to squeeze this up to 10 bigs on the button. Limper down here. You can get the green tag square. Call 4-bet. I mean, we're all in and we're going to lose two aces. Almost certainly. Not c-betting the ace-jack. $21 big blind 3-bet, excuse me. Maybe you're not a regular then. Hero up there, the wannabe. Just called 4-bet folding, which is amusing. Still checking the ace-jack. Could have the best hand. Don't expect him to fold a better one. Apart from maybe some like really tiny pairs. And we're just going to be content to show our hand down. Lose to Jack 9. Doubt he was folding that. Do we squeeze the tens or just call? I think we're just going to call on the button. 3-betting the queens. Flopping flopping middle set here, sorry. Christ, we're out of time bank already on top table. We need to be careful here with our time banks. Check calling the gut shot. All in with the set in this remarkably heavy multi-way pot. Not fucking around. In she goes. Not bluffing the king 10. Not c-betting the queens. Don't even know what's fucking happened down here. Opening the ace queen. All in on the top left table. Top right table, sorry. Still checking the queens. And showing the queens down. Absolutely crushing this dude. Normally I do a bit of cashing out, but we don't think we need to cash that one out. Beautiful. Nice, totally unnecessary stack off there by that dude. You'll love to see it. Fucking time bank's fucked already on table one. Don't know what's happened there, but the time bank is fucked. Defending the king three suited. Not in love with doing it, but if I don't do it, I'll get called a nit by people on the internet. Three betting the aces, bottom left. In a pretty reasonable flop. Kick it off with that. Turning top board, which is pretty nice. Not going to check. Just going to continue with our like 1/3 pot sizing. Checking down the king X because I totally lost focus in the hand. Taking down the aces. Checking the flush draw. Folding some shite. Making a straight with the flush draw in the smallest pot ever. Counterfeited on the river with a flush card. What is this cunt deal with these fucking stupid three bets? Right, you're not a reg. You're just a fucking moron. There you go. You can have that tag because I do not know what your deal is. Ace Jack. I mean, we're going to try and three bet this guy. He might just make it like 75 big blinds and we'll have to fold, but we can't call with two wannabes behind us. And that's all they are. They're just wannabes. They're not good. They just think they are. Opening the nines. Stabbing the ace jack. Just going to fold the nines versus the middle position three bet from another wannabe. Just refuse to give these cunts action. Just flat refuse. They get action on my terms, not their terms. He's got the purple tag because for this particular population, he's maybe one of the more active regs, but I'm still very confident he's going to be pretty fucking shit at poker. Flopping top pair. See you at the river, dude. Going to delay our bluff on the top right table. Okay, now we don't bluff. Value betting this river. Trying to get caught by a king or a 10 or any of his bluff catchers, basically. Chop it up with an ace. Do just open limping button. ISO in the queen 10 off. Defending the 8-7. This dude's made a small ice up in the small blind, which is like, what are you doing, dude? I'm going to invite him to put some more money in the pot. Going to delay our bluff on the top right table for the time being. And again, we just get dunked into a pot, which is nice. We can just get away from my hand. We don't need to put any money in the pot with what is obviously the worst hand. Going to see bet on the larger side here versus this guy because I suspect he's a moron given he 2.5x ISO from the small blind. Again, delaying our bluff on the top left table. Now we have some showdown value. We're going to check back and we're just going to bet really big on the river. We can let it into a pot. Easy call. Happy days. Opening the ace-4 suited. Opening the eights. This guy is off his fucking rocker. Checking back the eights. Turning the set. What a life. Flying 7-6 suited. Missing completely. Getting led into here. No, mate. You're going to put 8 blinds in because we've got pocket 8s. 3 betting the ace king. Giving up with the 7-6. 4 bet with the ace king. Really, really, really dislike the situation. Not a fan of it in the slightest. I mean, I just want to fold. Got a non. I mean, I want to fold, but I'm all in. Ah, fuck it. We'll just take the fucking money. Can't be bothered. All hail the glorious cash out button. Just wanted to fold that pre. 4 bets. It's 10 and L speed poker and someone's 4 bet. The range is strong. The range is strong. Ace king is at best flipping, unless the guy's just a total moron, which could well be, but probably not. Go with the check raise with the set, and we're not going to be shy about our sizing here against someone who's blue tagged. Green, yeah, blue tagged. Sorry, we're just going to make it fucking enormous. He calls. Oh, I didn't realise you only had that left. Oh well, could have just popped him in on the flop. Never mind. Pop him in now. He's drawing dead. Love to see it. Call with the back doors on bottom left table. Checking back the king. Top right. Holding the ace queen. This guy's sized up. We haven't improved. Easy fold. Easy check back with the king. Set mine with the green tag in the big blind on table 4. Do we go for some value now? Probably not with this kicker. Win anyway. Checking the 8s. Folding the 10-8 suited. 10-8 off, sorry. Opening the ace 4. I'm just saying things that you can all see. Actually, 1/3, we're going to peel 1 and not love it. Just going to check for the turn. Defending the 10-9 suited. Checking back the ace 4. Folding the 8s. Folding the 10-9. Value betting the ace 4 now. Checking back the ace jack. Checking back turn. And checking back river. And winning. Rivering trips on the top left table. Flopping the absolute nuts top left. Go with the bet against a green tag and hope that that board in some way has things on it that can help him continue. Obviously, he's not going to have a very strong hand, but you can definitely have draws. Hopefully, that's improved his hand in some way. Go with the big bet. It's micro stakes, isn't it? Big hand, big bet. Oh, ho, ho. That is nice. Calling, obviously. Lovely little brick on the river. We're not going to slow roll this dude because he looks recreational, and we're going to do that to people who think boring regs. We're all in, sir. Oh, well, blow me. Blow me down. That is unfortunate. Excited then. We should slow roll the fucker now. Just giving up. Well, not giving up, checking back the sevens. Well, is everyone just going to have the same hand as me today? Clearly not, because we've got stacks everywhere, but, well, not stacks, but, non-dead stacks. We have non-dead stacks going on. We've got more than 100 bigs at every table. Picking up the pocket kings. No action by the look of things. Delaying our bluff, our potential bluff on the top right table. We do have a gut shot. We do have a pretty reliable read on this guy, though. Not going to say what it is in case he ever watches this shit, but we are going to fold due to the read. Three betting the aces. Flatting here on bottom table with the gut shot. Raising the ace king. Just folding the ace four off. Don't give a shit how theoretically bad that is. Turning a pair, but four liner, one out. Popping top pair, top right. Gonna bet these aces, but I'm not super comfortable with the situation. Checking back the ace king. Checking the kings here, multi-way out of position on that board. Betting the aces. Reluctantly calling the ace king, table two. Yep, unsurprisingly, we did not win the pot. And almost we were there with that fucking old top two, Regin, you fucking reluctantly calling. Yeah. I knew he wasn't bluffing. I was confident he wasn't bluffing. The only question is like, well, not the only question. We obviously beat some value, so we have to call. But bet your red's going to be bluffs in that line. Value betting pretty big with the kings, hoping not to get raised. Called and win. Called by ace queen. Good check on the flop, Reggie. Checking back the queen 10 for the time being. We're just going to bluff the river. Not an ideal board for us, but versus 3 checks, we'll have a little bluff. We haven't faced 3 checks. We've now faced a river lead for 1 blind. And he's going to win the pot with his 1 blind bet. Flopping top pair. This guy's like c-betting 1/4 pot because he's very much a try-hard. A 10 and L try-hard. Checking again. Betting river. Checking the king queen. Now we're going to start betting. We're going to bet 2 streets unless we get raised. Flopping the nuts with the 4-5. Oh, we were betting 2 streets and the ace come on the river, which is a little bit inconvenient. I'm just going to check and probably fold. This flop check through. I'm going to bet 2x pot on the turn because we have the nuts, and I very much doubt we're getting called regardless, but if we are getting called, we may as well get called on a fucking big one. We did get called. We still have the nuts. And we are now going to bet full pot. Cool. Thank you very much, Squire. That's a set. It's a big bet. It's now a small bet. No idea what this guy is doing here. Literally no clue. This doesn't feel standard. I think we've got him drawing dead and just calling again. Let him do his thing. And as soon as this may appear, we're going to raise this river because I think it's definitely value betting. This could be too thin. We're not calling a 3-bet, of course. Call and win. 2 queens. It certainly wasn't too thin. He's going to be calling with the queens. Flat the ace queen on the button. Delay our c-bet on the top left table, top right table. I'm hoping we're beating stuff like King X here, King Queen, King Jack, etc. To export this river, it checks the whole way. Ace-8. One up there. Opening the King 8 suited. Getting the snap board. Flopping a gut shot with the Jack Queen. Kick it off with a small bet. Turning the double gut shot. Gonna go with the very, very large bet. Taking it down. Pocket nines. With a more docile player in the big blind, I would definitely strongly consider set mining there. But as I said before, 11 dogs is something of a try hard. Not good, but he's in there. He's got all the value bets pre-flop with his 3-bet range, and probably a couple of like slightly weak hands in there too. No, he's not your shit reg with your 5% 3-bet. He's your shit reg with your 7% 3-bet. You know, he's mixing in the occasional light-ish 3-bet. That's by no means to say that is in any way a compliment from me. There's most players in like Micro 6 poker, their 3-bet does not exceed like 5.5%, and it is strictly value only with the occasional light 3-bet, usually just when they're pissed off, not because they're actually doing it strategically, just because they're pissed off and they decide to just 3-bet some random shit once in a blue moon, and flat too many strong hands. Whereas Mr. 11 Dogs and Mr. Haji, they're actually like, oh, look at me, I've looked at GTO Wizard for 10 minutes and I also know I can 3-bet some other stuff. I've no fucking clue what I'm doing with it after that, but I know I can do it. So I'm doing it, hoping they fold, and when they don't, hoping to hit, and when they don't, playing like a moron. Pretty much like all of us do. Not just them, me too. And probably you. Probably plenty of other people. It's not a slur on them. Squeeze it up with the ace king off. Hope not to get action. We don't want action here. I'm happy just to take it down or call. I can live with calls. Called in one spot. And we get the kind of flop that I don't really know what to do on. I know I'm not c-betting. It's just whether we're check calling, check raising. Depend on his size, I guess. Definitely squeezing up the queens. We're making it a bit bigger because the presence of the blue tag. Just over half pot. I don't know anything about this player. Every bone in my body wants to just fucking absolutely ram it in his face. This is definitely a punt, but we're doing it anyway. And it works. We are going with a large c-bet on table 4 with the overpair on what looks like a good board for the overpair. It's snap called by Leone. We're all in Leone. If you've got the cue for 2 queens, then you're a about to double up. At this depth, we are going to set mine versus 11 dogs. Gonna flop a set. Fucking nice to be Reggie. It is nice to be Reggie. Because we're deep, part of me wants to raise here. But the board's so dry, we're just going to call. Probably raise turns. Unless he bets enormous, then we'll just call again. Raising versus smaller bets. Bombing versus checks. That is not a smaller bet. It's going to call and pretty much call every river. Especially that one. I mean, we lose to exactly pocket kings here. If he's got that, then more power to him. Nope, he just tripled it off and folded river. That gives me a quarter chunky. For those of you who are not familiar what a quarter chunky is, it's an old man's hard on. Doesn't get hard, just gets quarter hard. Then you try your best to thumb it in there and hope it stays in. Look at these stacks. Absolutely fucking ruining them. Ruining them, I say. Flopping trips here. We'll have a cheeky little check. Bet small on the turn. River a boat. Don't think this player can be particularly strong here. He's going to bet small again and just target some cry calls. Flushes, he would have maybe called a bit more with a flush, but happy enough with the outcome. Trying to ISO the King Jack and failing. And then trying to hit a flop and failing even harder. Giving the fuck up. That's what we're doing. Still giving the fuck up. Delaying our C bet on the top left table. Delaying our C bet on the bottom left table. I have a set mine on top right because we're with two players who don't have full stacks, so we're less likely to see lots of aggression. Peeling the turn probe. Top left. And have a little raise fold on the river. Cheeky little probe on the top right table. Donked into here. Just going to call for the time being. Blocking the river bottom left. What did this guy have? Did he call us on that 7-6 end? King 9. Lovely. Again, just calling with the ace king. And raised on the river here with the ace queen. Good for you, mate. You can fucking well have it because that is an under bluff line. And we probably chop at best. Maybe not even chop, probably just lose. This guy's bet 3 streets. Just calling. I had a queen. For those of you who are thinking, oh, raise a flop, Reg. Nope. You probably wouldn't have folded. We want to keep his queen X and what have you in and value betting like he was. Just unfortunately, he got there on the river. This guy is not fully stacked. We are definitely jumping on the set man on the bottom right table. 3-betting the ace king. Very disappointing flop on top left table. Checking back. Very disappointing turn. And folding. Getting blue tag player in the big blind means we're allowing ourselves a set man from the small blind. Interesting flop top left. You'll notice that I don't do an awful lot of c-betting. And we are continuing that trend. Rivering the nut flush. Do we go for one more check? Yeah, I think we do. Never mind. The dude had jack high and he did not bluff. This is why you want to have an incredibly strict do not call river bets policy in micro-stakes poker. I mean, we checked 3 streets, giving him 3 opportunities to bluff. He took none of them with jack high. If you find yourself calling many river bets in these games and then wondering why you don't win, there's your answer. There's your fucking answer. It's because people bluff way, way, way less frequently than they ought to. I'm not saying people never bluff. That's too broad of a statement. But typically, micro stakes poker players. I don't know about Donkermans because I barely play them, and when they do, I'm shit. But in cash games, in micro stakes cash games, rivers are incredibly, incredibly underbluffed unless you've got an incredibly good reason to call rivers, i.e., you've got a read on a player or just like so many draws have missed that he just has many, many natural bluffs available. If you haven't got a good reason to call a river, just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Just let people take it. You know, now and again you're going to get bluffed off the best hand, but at the end of the month, I guarantee you your green line will be better. Super dry flop. Going to go with a quarter pot C bet, 3-bet pot against page 82. 10 on the turn. Not ideal board now. Every set is available to him. Straights seem unlikely. We're going to bet fold the turn. I hope he doesn't donk the river. He doesn't, right? Do we have a value bet? Well, we do. I'm going to bet fold, and I'm going to bet just 13 blinds. Dunked into bottom right table, we've got a royal flush draw. We are just going to call. do not turn off the ball flush. Doesn't seem fair to me. I think it goes donk call. Someone's got an ace here. Probably. I think fold equity is pretty minimal. Just going to try and realise. Miss. Now I'm not sure anyone's got an ace anymore. Problem is someone going to hero call with the 10? So yeah, we're going to make it pricey for them. One down. Two down. Ship it. This guy's C-bet multi-way on ace high. I'm not going to value bet our hand. Concerned that you can have hands like ace jack. King 10 off with a C-bet there. Yeah, that's why Haji has had some pretty disrespectful chat from me today. What is that C-bet? What is that C-bet? Calling the queens. Already uncomfortable. Start bluffing the 7-6 now. Not comfortable with this top left table situation, but obviously we can't fold. River in the flush, which is nice. Can't fold down here on bottom right, but deeply unhappy with the situation. Going to make an enormous bluff on the top right table because we've got 7 fucking high. Get it through. Value betting top left with our flush. No action, sadly. Holding the queens in a heartbeat. Delighted to do so. Not delighted that we didn't win the pot, but really not an unhappy fold. Continuing checking back the 7-6. You have a river value bet if check 2. No, there's ways we beat here, flushes, straights, etc. I think as played. It's a trivial value bet on the river, not even a decision. Gain here, because we have a not fully stacked player in the big blind, we are going to have a little go at set mining. Oh yeah, that's a set. We're not out of the woods, of course, because the board is very, very connected. We're just committing at this point. If we're beat by the 6-7 or the biggest set or what have you, then we're happy enough. We're up against 2 probably recreational players. We don't mind doubling them. We'd rather win the pot, of course, but we're happy to double them. We're not happy, but you know what I'm saying. If we're going to lose to anyone, much rather lose to these guys. Yeah, I'm all in. When we get called on the check raise, the queen's not ideal because it can scare them off some like smaller overpairs. But if they've got draws, if they've got what have you, they're just not folding, are they? And I don't want to deal with shit rivers, frankly. Third, actually, just going to flat the jacks versus under the gun. Middle position as it is. Probably just check folding the jacks on this turn. Okay, 4.5x, bit weird. Go with a small 3-bet. Goes to the ace-10 over here. Not surprising. This guy's double barreling, but doing it small. I think we just have to pay this guy off and lose. Let's accept our fate early. We're not paying off large river bets, but we're certainly not folding to anything in the 1/3 pot variety. He's in a slightly better hand. Nice one, sir. Trivial fold versus the snap 4-bet. Yep, we're down the set man again because of the green tag. Sadly, we do not make a set this time. Don't let people tell you can't set man in the small blind, by the way. Don't listen. They don't tell you that. Tell them to fucking shut up. Stop being a boring nerd cunt. If you've got the right player type in the big blind, of course you can fucking set man. Don't try set manning in the big blind when you've got some fucking like wannabe in there. That's not the time to do it. But if you've got the right players in the big blind, which frankly, at Magra Stakes is 85, God knows, a large percentage of the pool are the right players. Just fucking set man and absolutely fuck the nerd burglars. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Just do it. If your guy in the big blind isn't an active 3-better, then you set mine to your fucking heart's content. It's not going to hurt you. Do I want to bluff here with the ace? No one's got a straight here. Literally nobody has a straight. And if they do, then they're trapping with it. And they're going to raise, and who cares? We're going with the bluff. Because I don't think any of these guys have a straight. Thank you. I mean, once in a blue moon, they're going to have straights. Of course, yeah. Never say never. Never, never say never. But the balance of probability is none of them have a straight. Wow, 48 minutes already. We're going to be done. It's nearly 12 o'clock in local time. It's time for my cup of tea and biscuits. So just 5 more minutes and we'll wrap this up. Pair and a flush draw, top right table. I wanted to flat the small blind here for a moment, but don't know this guy, so he's going to 3-bet. Steve at quarter pot. Get raised. Right, we're going to have a vape, and then we're going to knock it on the head. Isn't a tiny 3-bit here from Leone. I'm getting that such a good price, but we need such a specific flop. Just going to let it go. Leone is not an active 3-bitter. Oh, top set. Ooh, things you love to see. And that would be quads. I don't expect to get many folds here, but we need to try and start putting some money in the pot with quads. Snap folds. Disappointing, but never mind. I'll start sitting out next blind, all tables. Okay, now that was quick. So there we go. That's it. That was a very quick end. So we were in for about what, 40 something dollars at start. I don't think we dipped below starting on any table for more than say 10. Let's be really generous and say we're in for $44. We are out for 33, 53, 61 and a half, 74, 89. So we've made a casual 4.5 buy-ins there in 50 minutes. I think we can all agree that I absolutely fucking nailed it in a very casual manner, just casually crushing the Party Poker 10NL fast forward streets today. I think we're going to leave it there. That's a very pleasant little video. Hope this gets plenty of views, plenty of likes, because fuck me, did we crush it. But we're off now, as usual. Fuck the Tories and anyone that supports them, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and bye-bye for now.